Today I'm going to do a flip through of the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. This is a 65 card deck and it's largely based on the Rider-Waite. It has the same meanings for the cards with a slightly different setup, which I'll show you. So that's the box there, and I'll read the back. The 65 beautifully illustrated cards in this deck will create a powerful bridge between your psychic abilities and the ancient knowledge and meanings of the tarot, and will help you develop intuitive insights about all areas of your life, including love and relationships, business matters, and even career changes. This fascinating deck will work for you whether you're a novice or already in tune with your psychic abilities. In the accompanying handbook, psychic medium John Holland imparts techniques that he's practiced himself and taught in his workshops relating to colours, symbology, shapes, words, card spreads, divination, numerology, energy centres, imagination, and more. By using the cards, you'll be able to incorporate John's techniques when you do a tarot reading for yourself or others. The artist for the cards, his name isn't on the front of the box, but he's credited on the back there. John Matson cover art. And I do think it's a shame when they don't put the artist's name on the front of the box as well, since obviously that is a massive part of the deck. And he is on the back of the book, cover illustration, John Matson, but he is the artist that did the art for the cards. This little blurb on the back is the same as on the back of the box, and then there's a little bit about John Holland. John Holland is an internationally renowned psychic medium and teacher who lectures, demonstrates and reads for private clients, and who has spent more than 20 years developing his psychic abilities. He's been featured on the History Channel, A&E, Unsolved Mysteries, and in numerous articles, as well as becoming a familiar voice on radio stations throughout the world. He's the author of the bestsellers Born Knowing, Psychic Navigator, and Power of the Soul. So, get a decent little handbook there. You've got the same design inside the box as what's on the back of the cards. So the cards, it is symmetrical. Got lovely gold gilding. They are glossy. They're quite large, for me at least, with my tiny hands. I'll just measure the size. So, let's do it in inches. So that's 3.5 inches wide and 5 inches in length. Okay, I'll go to the guidebook for just a minute. There's about 170 pages of readable content in here. And it does have a contents page. So you get an introduction, goes through understanding the structure, the card structure, because it is set up a little bit differently to a standard tarot deck. So getting started, card spreads, a bit about psychic development, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance, and then it goes into colour interpretation, numerological meanings, symbols and images, and then goes to your major arcana cards, moves into your minor arcana, and then we also have chakra cards with this as well. So this deck is divided into 6 different categories. stick those up there. So black borders, you've got your major arcana numbered 0 to 21. And this is set up the same way as a standard major arcana. They have different titles on the bottom, but each card corresponds to a major arcana card from the traditional tarot deck. So in the guidebook, under the major arcana section, it gives you the meaning. It only gives you an upright meaning. With this deck, he says somewhere in the book that this deck isn't intended for reversed card meanings, and that if a card does turn up reversed in a reading, that it just means to give it extra focus. But if you are someone that already uses reversals in your readings, then I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that. But it does for each card tell you their traditional tarot archetype. So 0 would be the Fool. So for each card, if you get a bit stuck in the book, it tells you each card that it relates to in the traditional tarot. And then we move on to the minor arcana. Now it's divided into 4 suits, except in this deck they aren't suits. The red borders are physical, so that would be pentacles in a traditional tarot deck. Green borders are emotions, which would be cups. The indigo cards are mental, they would be swords in a traditional deck. And the violet cards are spirit, which would be wands in the traditional deck. With these 4 categories in a traditional deck, they would be numbered 8 to 10. They start at 1, but they all end at 9. And the meanings of the cards are the same or very similar if you read through the book to a traditional Rider-Waite deck. But the 10th card in each suit is being omitted. Only goes up to 9 for each. And then you also have 7 chakra cards. So the pages in the guidebook give you little exercises about how to balance a chakra should these cards come up, because it indicates something that needs attention. Right. And I'll get to the flip through. I'll just zoom in a bit there. So major arcana, card 0, new beginnings. And this would be the Fool. Card 1, awareness. This would be the Magician. Two, intuition, which would be the High Priestess. 3, fertility, the Empress. 4, authority, the Emperor. 5, wisdom, the Hierophant. 6, harmony, the Lovers. 7, triumph, the chariot. 8, power, strength. 9, solitude, the hermit. 10, destiny, the wheel of fortune. 11, balance, justice. 12, sacrifice, this would be the Hanged Man. 13, transformation, death. 14, patience, temperance. 15, temptation, the devil. 16, disruption, the tower. 17, hope, the star. 18, shadow, the moon. 19, light, the sun. 20, truth, judgment. And 21, universe, which would be the world. Now we're going to move on to the red borders, which are physical, which would be pentacles. So we've got 1. They've all got titles on the bottom as well. Prosperity begins, so that would be the Ace of Pentacles. 2, movement, choices and decisions. 3, recognition and reward. 4, firm foundation. 5, financial and material changes. 6, material and spiritual prosperity. 7, patience and planning. 8, positive movement forward. 9, material harvest. Like I said before, there isn't a 10. Stop at 9. So we're moving on to emotion, which are the green borders. Love begins. 1. 2, spiritual union. 3, rejoice in celebration. 4, discontent and boredom. 5, emotional loss. 6, memories of love. 7, choose wisely. 8, emotional withdrawal. 9, fulfillment of wishes. Now we're moving on to the blue borders, the mental cards, which would be swords in the traditional deck. So we've got 1, triumphant success. 2, mental conflict. 3, heartache and loss. 4, rest and rejuvenate. 5, conflict and defeat. 6, moving on. 7, deception and envy. 8, trapped in fear. And 9, suffering in silence. And then we move on to the violet cards, which are spirit, which would be wands. So we've got 1, passion ignited. 2, the waiting game. 3, partnerships and alliances. 4, foundation and achievements. 5, obstacles and challenges. 6, victory and success. 7, stand your ground. 8, accelerated motion. 9, spiritual strength. 10. And then we move on to the chakra cards, which also have back borders, the same as the major arcana. So we've got 1, base chakra. 2, sacral chakra. 3, solar plexus. 4, heart. 5, throat. 6, third eye. And 7, crown. Okay, that pretty much wraps this video up. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.